He wants to make sure his team is fine. He wants to make sure his team doesn't abandon him. Like, he's gonna turn into a statue. He's gonna wake up and his team is gone. He's like, guys, where'd you go? No! As he just, like, gets exploded. It is viewer game time. We missed last week because I was away, but here we are once again, and oh boy, do we have a lot of games to go through. So we're going to jump right in. Let's get to it. What's going on, chat? How you doing? What's good? W's, Gilbo, welcome. Welcome. So yeah, we do have a lot of games. There are officially 29 in the spreadsheet. However, I fully anticipate like at least 16 of them are going to be broken due to replay, or due to patch, excuse me. So we'll see. We will see. So before we actually get into the games, I do, of course, have to let everybody know that I am part of the content affiliate program. That means that the Phobies team does give me coffee for producing Phobies content. Just want to let you know where we stand before we jump into things. But let's get into those games. Well, chat, we are starting them off long. We got the penny dropped. We've got Urk. We've got our first game. Our hero, of course, is zoning in the blue trunks, opening up with the old snowball. Now, this is interesting. The snowball opener is kind of, whatever. But it's notable that it didn't go to the middle right away. You tried doing the event at first? All right, fair. I mean, this isn't a terrible opener, to be honest, but I don't really understand the Wiggy opener. Wiggy into Stabby. Okay. Puppy's very jumpy today. She was hanging out, laying next to me all calmly, and then she must have heard my wife move upstairs and decided, nope, I'm out of here. And she dipped. So I can see where the event came in, quite obviously, getting these early. Short answer, Atona, yes. I'll come back to that after the game. Speedrunning the event after buying the VIP pass to get the extra rewards. I'm trying to as well. I'm a little bit past halfway through the event at this point in time. I'm sure I'll get it. It's just, gotta get in there. So this was brought up as a comment. It sort of relates here, but somebody had posted a screenshot in my Discord. By the way, you can find the link for that next to the like and subscribe button down below. That's where you submit game replays also if you want to get your own name and lights in these. Somebody was talking about the double turret strat plus Boolean, and honestly, yeah, sometimes it feels like cheating. It feels ridiculous. That was also you, Urk? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. This isn't the double turret, obviously, single turret. But, truth be told, like, Urk is in complete control of this game. There are now 2 healing spas. There will be a third one shortly. And on top of all that, this is not in danger at all. Due to the structure of the penny drop, basically, yeah, it's jar. You don't have a whole lot that you can do. Now, admittedly, this Boolean... Whoa! Yo, this is an early contender for the thumbnail, chat. Look at this. This is pretty dope. Look at this. Like, that's actually really hype. We've not had this before. This looks cool. Shout out once again to the Phobies art team. But Boolean here, enormous amount of HP. I understand people calling for Boolean nerfs. Like, I absolutely get it. Lore accurate Bachelor? True. True. That's going to throw people off. What phobia is that? Well, I put the phobia on the side, but yeah, it'll probably catch people off guard. See, like, those are the things that I think the Phobies team needs in some of the advertisements, because that is, like, it looks awesome. Even if you have no idea what's going on in Phobies, you see that as the layperson, and you go, wow, that looks really cool. That Bachelor pause caught me off guard. Exactly. The bad guy's pushing here. Honestly, I don't know how much there is to say about this game, because bad guy's just like, this is barely a game. Bad guy's just getting pooped on here. Now, admittedly, Urk will possibly have to back off a little bit here, but this boom can connect. with either the Stabby or the Hevo. Boom. Blue Lean could have been killed? I don't think so. It gets close later on. I mean, from this position, you have more key. Well, now you're even on keys. I don't quite agree with the Kerbloom. But you eliminate the Hevo, you still have a panic point advantage, you have a burrower, so hypothetically, Blue Lean could slide along the top and end up here, which is a really awkward spot to try and defend. So down goes Stabby. The Kerbloom can trade out, but yeah, you are hemorrhaging some board position here. Panic point advantage goes the other way now. Although, yeah, you do this, you run away, you Kerbloom the two of them. That didn't actually do that much damage to the, It's a mere 991. I mean, it's a good chunk, but, like, it's still a very healthy Quagmire. Corn coming out. We talked about this the other night. Corn's a terror. Who would have thunk it that popcorn gives people, well, pre-pop popcorn. Not pre-pop. Well, I guess it's pre-pop corn. Have to, you know, punctuate that appropriately. Who would have thought that would be a nightmare for people? Corn is under level, but I still use it. It's still fairly useful. I don't know if I like the Spud here, but I guess it's fine. Bad guy has a lot of bulk at this stage, though. And that Blue Leon's still not quite back in total fighting shape, but it's in a pretty decent spot. 2 keys remaining to 0. But the Blue Leon is the tank at this stage. So, for example, if the Quagmire takes middle, I don't know that you have enough damage to kill it. The bad guy's not willing to risk it. Alright, we're getting the defensive Blue Leon play. Yeah, you couldn't push the heart just yet. Not quite yet. I don't know that I would have pulled back with Blue Leon that far. Like, I don't even know that you need... Well, you had to get out of jar range, I guess. Because I was going to say, maybe you leave it there as a threat, but you don't want to take that much damage. The fact that there are multiple food-themed phobies is weird. I think it's funny. Although, you know, like, you would think that there would be more allergy-related ones. Like, I don't know. Is there a corn allergy? That's not my area of expertise. But, like, muffins, you could have allergies in there. I'm sure there's something for, like, potatoes and corn, but, like, we don't have a peanut phobia, which is a common allergy, right? Do you think that crosses into the territory of it's not, like, that's too close to reality? You know what I mean? AWOL in range of the jar. And this corn just dies, right? Yeah, the corn just croaks. Crazy ending was the notes for this. I missed the notes earlier. Yeah, that didn't look like a great turn, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, willing to sacrifice the AWOL so that you can heal the Blue Leon. You still have one more key, so you can slip in another 1 key here. It's gonna be a cat. Yeah, that's a fair point, Atona. That's a fair point. I mean, for some phobies, it's a lot clearer what phobia they represent than others. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some of them are just, like... Quagmire, I think, is just supposed to be a snot monster. I mean, it's really probably supposed to be a bog monster or something, not necessarily snot, but you get the idea. So this is kind of dicey here. Yeah, I think I agree with going for the, Oh, alright. I like this. 1695 on the heart. Bad guy gonna pick off the Spud. Quick slap on the Blulian here. The question is our hero going to tank this out? I don't think they can. Pick off the jar. Ooh, going here. Not for the panic point. Did you just math this out, Urk? Is the math in your favor? This did start to come down to the wire. I'm just going to get the hell out of Dodge. Picking off the Phobies. Bold. That's a bold move there. I mean, you do have more mobility due to the burrow. So, like, you can cap this point. They come after you. You go up here. Wait, they go 1, 2, 3. They probably go here. Ooh, interesting. I guess they wanted to protect this so you can't hit it. 1,200. This is real. Like, at this point, you should have the game. I mean, we know the outcome, but, like, it's very... Bad guy can't run you down. And, oh, by the way, on-demand healing spas. And that healing spa should put you out of range, like those couple turns, couple activations, out of range of dying to a slap. Yep. Claim the panic point, push some damage, burrow to the other side, ball game. Well played, Urk. Well played. Blulian coming in clutch, but not as a healer. Blulian, I mentioned at the start, Blulian, I can understand the complaints about having to have some nerfs for Blulian. It's very tanky, on top of the spas, on top of the damage output, on top of the mobility. It's just a really strong Phobie. GG. All right, much shorter game, and we are getting through the list of submitted games rather quickly. There's reasons for that. Basically, there was a patch recently, and unfortunately, patches do break a whole lot of, well, this entire thing, because it happens sometimes. It's obviously not done intentionally. The devs are not trying to do that, but they do break the patches as part of it because of the way the game client syncing works. Like, it's an old game client, this is the new game client, you can't read the old data, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. But, moving on, JustRandomSt. JustRandomSt. The randomst, something like that. It's Just Random Street. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. That is our hero in the blue trunks here on... This might sting a little? No, that's not this one. I always confuse this map and the other one that has the same palette that's a big map. Help me out, chat. My favorite street. Just Random Street. Yep. I want to get, because you can get, like, fake street signs and stuff made. I think you can. You know, like, they sell them in stupid novelty stores in the mall, right? And they usually say something really dumb on it, but I would love to get, like, it's Just Random Street. It's your favorite street. His name means how are you? Kifhalek? Is that, you're talking about Bader, or are you talking about who? I'm assuming not Just Random Street. So we're seeing fairly standard stuff with the exception of this. Let's get back to the actual game. With the exception of this Baba Yaga, but we do see a 3-to-1 panic point advantage early, and I say this is standard, but it is a little weird because we are getting Gravediggers out of both players. We've talked about this before for this map, that I tend to avoid the Gravediggers. I don't really find a whole lot of value because of the tempo loss, like getting it online. I prefer to like get onto the board, start doing things, and then follow it up with heavy hitters. However, breaking this block that is impeding your progress from the vault does matter because it allows this straight shot, as you can see from the spiders here and from the other phobies, to just get right into the fight. It lets you get into the fight much more quickly and get things, especially if you are going to focus on one movers. So I've talked before about, I've sometimes wanted to try Leela on this map. And just taking the scenic route around, even just that extra one move really slows things down. The other advantage, we get a little heartbreaker. What were the notes for this match? When all hope is lost, high five appeared. Oh, baby. So we do have Heartbreaker showing up. My point that I was going to make, just to finish that thought off, was that I do like the Gravediggers / Crushmores. Sometimes you can occasionally lock people out. You get a heart push and then lock them out. I think you can mostly just heart push anyway, and it's not that big of a deal. But we get an invade here that just doesn't seem worth it. Bad guy chose to eliminate the Murder Wing. Okay, there was a trap there. Never mind. That was probably worth it. Foul comes in as a counter, presumably to this Heartbreaker, which is not online yet, notably. So the positioning war cometh. It's going to be interesting to see how they set this up, because, of course, our hero is going to be trying to pick off said Foul before getting diseased, or whatever. But if they get something else, great, but it's going to die to disease long before it comes off cooldown. At least I would assume. So panic points are now flipping 4-1 in favor of bad guy. We get a Bluelian, which is... I mean, I love Bluelian. Wow. There was another trap here. There was a Baba Yaga trap all the way here. They must have done it this turn, because they were here moments ago. This is the thing that people, I think, forget about Heartbreaker. It doesn't have to put something in a pit. You can just snipe something like this. Why put in the spa on Foul? Presumably they just wanted to get the cooldown running, and they're going to rotate something else on there. What? I have no idea. I think they, given everything was full health, they would have been better off just getting in there. But we do, in fact, get the Heartbreaker going down, sniping the spider. I've honestly been loving Foul lately. I like Foul. I haven't used it in a while. I was often utilizing it as a counter pick Phobie. You know, they drop Boss, they drop Chuck especially. I would Foul and say, okay, if I can trade up into that Phobie, I'm ahead. Admittedly, only 1 or 2 keys ahead, but it is valuable. And, you know, as long as you don't lose in the meantime, quite clearly. But Sheep is the follow-up 10 keys. There is high five. Hi, Mom. I'm on TV. Little chop action going down here. We're going to get takedown onto the Murder Wing. We're even going to get the Heartbreaker fit. Wait, what? Oh, chat. Look, I really want to put Bachelor, but Cupcake? Cupcake? Where's the toner? We got more food-themed phobies. In fact, the second baked good. You know what's funny is this Heartbreaker might get... Oh, no, it's not going to get fouled. It's going to live here. Again, with the healing spa under Foul, I mean, I get the positioning, but, like, I think they would have been better off sending the Bluelian in. You know what I mean? Maybe they just assume they're going to get it. Because now, like, this is horrifying. Like, this could be a thumbnail in and of itself. This is what nightmares are made of. That's 6k health, because here's the thing. Well, first of all, this is a better screenshot. look at Cupcake dancing back here. Ta-da! It's like Cupcake is tap dancing. But yeah, we have a boosted high five. This is almost 1,000 damage. Heartbreaker is over 600 damage itself. You're gonna get Cupcake. Like, this is game. This is ball game, folks. Keep in mind, 6,000 plus health on this heart. That guy's about to have a very, very bad day. Yeah, sorry, my friend. That is way too little, way too late. Corn goes down. I don't think I want cooked corn via fart. That seems bad. This is such an enormous amount of damage. This is ridiculous. Really, the damage buff doesn't matter where it goes. There's an argument. Do you have to be in melee range? You use Cupcake? Yeah. Because I was going to say, like, technically it would be better here, because then you could also probably kill the foul, but... Ball game! Chat, last week we talked about germs on your heart. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure getting high-fived in the heart is equally unhealthy. I'm not a doctor, but that seems equally unhealthy. GG, well played. Game number 3 in what might be a very short viewer game video because, as mentioned before, patch broke stuff. Our hero here, dontinklsnif. Welcome back. We unfortunately had a ton of games. We're talking like 20 games, 20 plus games that were broken due to patch. So if you're watching this and you're wondering why your game didn't make it, that could be why. And I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. So just go ahead and submit some more. Link for that is the Discord in the description. Down by the like and subscribe. Get that in. But dontinklsnif here. Yay, new friends. All right, let's see what we've got. This is, in fact, this may sting a little. I caught it as we were zoning in. We'll see. This must be for the event, because I don't know why our hero here would have gone with these. The snowball, okay, I get it. Like, all right. Eternal Night and Bachelor? And Cyclops? Yeah, this is clearly for the event. I actually played somebody offline right before the stream that I mean, part of it was, okay, I was in the queue forever, so when I finally zoned into a game, I was way over-leveling them. But it was quite obvious we were doing the event, because it's like, just by virtue of what they were spawning, right? Can you put this for the opener for the YouTube video? Which thing? Oh, we got a DT game. All right, cool, cool. An amusing proof of concept? All right. Gargles! You know, chat, we've talked about this before, but I think it bears repeating. The events like this, I appreciate that you can play them without really, like, going out of your way. You know, like, I've talked about before that it took me roughly 50 games or so in the previous event, the mech one, and I wasn't going out of my way to spawn mechs. It was, okay, well, I use Hevo here. Okay, I use Hevo 3.0 here. Okay, I use Hevo 2.0 here. You noticing a theme? But anyway, point is that I didn't put a lot of effort into it, still could complete it. But it does allow for the opening of other opportunities where you could hypothetically find new strategies like, hey, this thing worked. What I wanted to see here, you just lose your snowball here, don't you, hero? Like, didn't we establish this, that on-level snowball kills other snowballs off a stim? And this is up a level, so it should definitely do it. I'm not going to count it because we'll find out. But bad guy is going with boss. Talk about dimensionals here. The thing you explained for the update problem, I'll probably record something at the end to do it, so that I'll splice it into the beginning. Mechanical Madness, Dimensional Apocalypse. Is that actually what the event is called, Dimensional Apocalypse? No, this lives! Okay, I was lied to. I thought this died on level. Clearly not. Gargles getting slapped by the Bachelor? Alright, yeah, this is like... What were the notes for this? Yeah, just yay, new friends. I mean, these are definitely some... I mean, I don't know if it's new, like, dontinklsnif got these new phobies. Whatever you do, do not grant supervisor the access to the kitchen. I repeat, do not let supervisor cook. Don't let the boss cook. I love when these like pseudo-viral memes show up in chat and they hang around for a while. We've had a few of those. It's been a while though. So we're getting this standoff. Did anybody see this gargle? Is Gargles the only phobie that looks back at its team on its own? Like, phobies will rotate if they get hit. Like, if they get attacked from the other side, they'll turn. But Gargles, as part of its idle animation, turns and looks the other way. Is that the only phobie that does that? I've watched a lot of Phobies games, chat, so I try and find these little idiot things. Eternal Night does that too? I was gonna say, I thought Eternal Night did as well, but I'm watching it now. These are the important things we have to find. I'm like tunnel visioning on the Eternal Night. Yes, it does. It does. He wants to make sure his team is fine. He wants to make sure his team doesn't abandon him. Like, they're just gonna... He's gonna turn into a statue. He's gonna wake up and his team is gone. He's like, guys! Where'd you go? No! As he just, like, gets exploded. By the way, that's probably gonna be the intro. That'll probably be the intro. Or I should go back to my stream from last night, me doing the villain laugh. If you pause right at the moment when Gargles looks around, we can do a meme called the Rock meme. Alright, so as far as what's actually happening in this game, instead of all the idiot things I keep pointing out, technically Blinky looks back at his team all the time. Fair. Just get a couple picks here. Bad guy tried to like, you had to have seen this coming, right? You had to have seen this coming. 14 keys remaining for bad guy, though. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know why, but the lights are shining on my dome more than usual. I don't think I moved them, but it feels like it's much shinier than usual. I keep telling my wife I'm going to shave my head and, like, actually shave it down. She's like, no, you're not allowed to. I'm like, does it really matter at this point? Why a mirror game? No. Not allowed. Impossible. No! Stairmaster turned his entire body to look back at him. Yeah, it's kind of like those dudes that work out too much and they have no neck and it's just like this. Foul versus foul, but no brony. But no brony. The brony, the difference maker. I get where the new friends is coming in. Gargles is the equivalent of 7-year-old me playing hide and seek and hiding behind the lamp and telling myself if I don't move, they can't see me. Yeah, it's the dog theory. Dogs love to do that. They'll like stick their head under a couch or something. It's like, if I can't see you, you can't see me. This is an interesting play here. Okay, I was about to say, you need to move the squiggles. This catches... literally every phobie. They have no more phobies. Their entire team just got hit with the damn Nerf bat. Oh, and by the way, They're body blocked out so they can't get to the squiggles. Yeah, this is a spectacular brony. dontinklsnif, Lord of the Bronies. I don't know if you actually want that title. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Now, to be fair, you're fired here. As we're seeing. That's not good because the sheep can do poison only and disease can foul. Yeah, but you know what Squiggles does? Squiggles says, get wrecked, nerd. I heard him. I also heard a whole lot of tombstones. That's a W for dontinklsnif! Rats. Well done. Well played. GG. Alright, next game up. Long-time viewer. We're gonna go with Pretotype. Pretotype? Long-time viewer. Definitely comments on a lot of videos. Shout out to the viewers. I think this was a weird game, but my bloat did an interesting or not moment. Well, we're going to learn today. A lot of people have been very high on bloat. Let's see what bloat can do. How much weight, how much water can the bloat carry? Bloat is so weird because it's clearly levitating, right? But it hops as part of its movement, and it feels like it's hitting the ground as part of the movement. Also, our hero went first and went turn 1 bloat, and bad guy's answer was to walk K9 all the way up. Bad guy, what is it that you hate most about your specific K9000? This is a play you can make. This is, in fact, a play you can make. Is it one I agree with? No. Is it one that's going to win you the game? Also, no. Like, poor K9000. Like, yeah. What is... Okay, when was this game submitted? This game was submitted yesterday and played yesterday, so this means that it is in the midst of the event. So, like, the bloat opener's weird, but it is a dimensional. The Thunder Rocks is weird, but there is a Bow Mangles, and it's a dimensional. Okay. Like, I can get it. But the K9000 play is going to haunt me. It is haunting. I don't quite understand the muffin here, either. I mean, I kind of get it. The preemptive muffin. I don't know that it's necessary this early. The reason I say that is this Bow Mangles is probably going to lurk around these 3 tiles, so you can get that muffin to connect really easily. You got Muffin Top yesterday? Nice. Muffin is going to change your game. Maybe you thought K9000 would get supercharged by the electricity. That's a bold move, Cotton. I think we saw how it worked out for him. Did not go well. Down goes Thunder Rocks. Oh my god. We've had a few of these kind of games lately with, during the regular streams, people redeeming points and getting game submissions in then. But some people just hate their Phobies. They just hate them. They hate them because they are just force-feeding them into a wood chipper. And believe me, I don't think that's how I want to go. I'm very confident that is not how I want to go. 2 bloat activations, chat. One of which was very relevant. This one was pretty decent. Just for the sake of extra damage. Crushmore coming in, about to crush bad guy's dreams. Admittedly, bad guy does in fact have a triple panic point advantage. However, that is not going to be maintained for very long. Bloats? Hold on. Hold on. I want to see bloats. Oh, no, I gotta go back one. When bloat gets whacked here, I'm gonna try and pause it, chat. I don't know why this is so funny to me, but it's like, it feels like bloat is in, like, they're in like a theater class, and they're going way over the top, right? Like, it's like, all right, you gotta pretend that you just got mortally wounded, and they're like, oh, I am dead! I am dying! Like, that's what it feels like. I don't know. It's so weird. This is funny. Oh my god. Bro's flabbergasted. Alright, so we get an aggressive push on the Sucky. I don't know if I like that. I don't like the push on the Sucky here because it's just kind of exposing the bow mangles. Oh, never mind. It just dies. Never mind. It's just dead. That's perfectly acceptable. Panic points go back towards our hero, and all of a sudden, bad guys in a world of doo-doo. You just got a high five? Welcome to the land of high fives. I don't know. I couldn't think of something fast enough. Why? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. He's social distancing. Yeah, come on. But Cowbell can't get diseased. The long pause killed me. I don't get it. Like, okay, at this point, I feel like we're just beating up on this person because it's obvious that they're either very, very new to the game. Like, they are either really new to the game. Like, we're looking at level 5. They played a couple games. They played a few games. But they're either very, very new to the game or I don't know. I really have no explanation for this. So I feel bad. I don't want to beat up on them. Cowbell can parkour that obstacle to hit something. Yeah, he's gonna wall kick and just like wall kick into hurricane kick and then just Ryu their way across the map. Bro Solo was on the board and goes, nah, fam, you're on your own. And then he changed his mind. Oh, no. The Rockets just for good measure. You know, I'll be honest. I feel bad. It's fun when our hero does like a really cool play and it's like, oh, they got him. I do legitimately feel bad when it's like bad guy just did something so bizarre or super messed up, and as a result, like we're laughing about it because it's a different kind of thing. So I don't like to emphasize those things, but to be honest, like that Cowbell just caught me off guard so hard. Once the bell dings, Cowbell gets in the ring. That Cowbell has to be the intro. What, the just dead silence? Nobody will watch the video. They'll be like, oh, is the sound broken? Everyone's going to click on the video and it'll be like, they'll all click off because they're going to be like, the sound's broken. I can't watch this. Rats there, Prototype. GG. GG. Here we go, back on the penny drop, but this time, Mexicano 187 is our hero, going up against bad guy, the John Rambo, back from Mortal Kombat 11, here to fight in the Steel Peel Arena. No, this is actually on the penny drop. I don't know why I got so excited about that intro, chat. I think I have a little bit of heat stroke. I'm getting loopy. I don't know. It's hot. It's like super hot. 3 bloat activations? True, in the previous game. So what is the... what are the notes here? Way throw when you can win. Or I guess why throw when you can win? I don't know. We're about to find out. We need a beard grooming tutorial on your birthday. Well, I'm actually going to get my beard professionally cut in a little while, like maybe in a month. The reason being is I have some events that I need to look good for. So, aside from the stream, of course. I don't like to do it. I do maintain it on my own typically, but it's one of those, like, I want to get it done right, and then once it's done right, then I'll maintain it kind of thing. I'm a little concerned about the cut that I want to do and not being, like, if my hand slips, I'll mess it up. The beard must be majestic, of course. You got to look good to play good. It's just the rules. So anyway, our hero here, going with the Spud. This is the second Spud we've seen on this map. What do you think, chat? Are we feeling Spud on the penny drop? I trimmed my facial hair today as well. Hopefully gonna have a full beard in a year or so. This took me, well, like when I actually saw some clips from mid-pandemic, and it was like down to here, and I missed that beard. It actually wasn't down that far. It was about to here. And my wife hated it. She didn't like it that long. My goal, I've talked about this before, is I wanted to grow it down. I probably need to grow it to, like, basically my stomach in order to braid it. Like, Viking braid it. I thought that would look cool. I grow facial hair all over my face, just not connecting yet. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't ever want to shave it all off. I will go shorter, maybe, but I don't want to shave it all off. I know we're hyper laser focused on the game right now, but bad guy being aggressive. Okay. This is, oh no. Our hero does have 8 keys, but like this is a big tempo advantage. This is a big tempo advantage. You have a jar in range. You have a triple panic point advantage. You've locked your opponent out. They do have 8 keys available. So we'll see how our hero responds here, because this is actually kind of scary. Even if they have Hevo 3.0, which I don't know if they do, it's going to take another turn of banking to get that online. Down goes Bo, so that's important. It's a boss. Oh, no, you're fired on the obstacle. We're instead coming in ready to fight. Boss just, like... Boss is one of the coolest looking phobies in the game, chat. I just think Boss looks awesome. I wish Boss wasn't so problematic. The supervisor will prepare food! So we get the You're Fired going down. Only a double hit here. The boss is exposed to a lot. Double hit, hit, hit. The retaliation due to Spud and Stabby probably means that, you know, there's going to be an enormous amount of damage coming through. And of course, Creep can also get in on this. So the boss is probably dead, right? This is one of those scenarios where bad guy probably thought, hey, I don't need to leave, I can just kill the boss. Which they do. However, this is a lot of fire damage. Really? Going after the obstacle? Well, I guess this probably is enough to push it into range for all of these. The thing is, the Stabby can't get out of the fire. Well, I guess it could go where the Gravedigger is. Oh my god. Yo, okay, so what did we lose here? It was boss. This is 10 keys. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So plus 3 keys, but all of these came in that last exchange for boss. So we ended up +1 on the trade, even though boss went down. So it really came down to, for bad guy, was it worth pushing damage in that fashion? They still have 7 keys left. They spend 6 for a Klepto here, which I can appreciate. $798 health on the heart. Down goes Creep. Spud goes in. Oh, I was about to say, you have to send something. Like, you don't have a choice. So the question, can they kill this? Oh, wow. Yeah, they can't take this panic point. They don't have enough damage. They don't have enough damage to kill it and then rearrange things so that the Contortio can get there. Never mind, they do. I miscounted. I take it all back. Spreading the damage here, fair. All right, now they're going to have a lot of trouble reclaiming this. Or should. Will they? Can they just kill this? This was very close. Like, 563 health. I wonder, how much were you sweating it in this game? Or did you know when you went in with the boss that the game was over? This is one of, as I've been in bad guy's position before where it's, oh yeah, well I got the thing. I can take over the game now. And it doesn't quite go down like that. It doesn't always go down like that. What's funny here is I don't think bad guy... Well, the jar's just dead. But yeah. Well played. That was super tight. Like that was a ballsy call to... Well, how do I... Let's rephrase this. Bad guy's push, I think, was very good. Their follow-up wasn't necessarily great. But if they give up ground to the boss... Like, are they in a better position? You know what I mean? Like, if they don't stay and hang there and get hit with your fired, if they just ran, are they in a significantly different position? Because then boss is just bearing down on them and zoning them out? I'm not sure. I think their follow-up could have used work, but well played there. GG. Alright, we did get some late additions to the list. So we may have managed to salvage viewer game night, chat. Strahd is our hero here once again, back on Biff's room. Notes here are the patience is a weapon, underdog story. Although it's spelled patience like a doctor's patient, as opposed to patience as in slow to anger. What will the variety game be? Tomorrow it's likely going to be DC Dual Force. I do kind of want to get some other stuff on there, too, soon. But there's a tournament coming up for DC Dual Force. I probably won't be playing... Well, I know I won't be playing in it, but, you know. Key to winning is patience. That's why doctors are so good. Always thinking. We're getting what seems to very much be a dimensional event game. Seeing a lot of Eternal Knights, which I haven't seen in a while, chat. I haven't seen Eternal Knights in a while. I do miss it. I think the Phobies still decent. Get the obvious repositioning here. Although, I think they might be able to snipe our heroes... Eternal Knight. We'll see if they go for it. Raucous! Eternal Night is very cool. I do like Eternal Night a lot. I like how it looks so simple but good. Yeah, exactly. It's very much... there are some Phobies designs that are very involved. But some of the best ones are just the simple, clean ones that just look really impressive. And I think Eternal Night is one of those. Rushmore. Our hero banked to 6. I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing showing up on the other side. Oh, really? I feel like you could have just put the stabby here. We'll have to see what our hero's trying to set up here. This corn has been allowed to set up for harvest season for a few turns now. So we're finally getting the invade. I guess the whole plan was to get the stabby there, so that way, you know, you can do some mean things to their team. This is risky. Because this could just die to a trap right now for freezies. Yep. I really like Raucous. It's a cheaper Quagmire that's better in some situations. I don't know. It is kind of tanky. I gotta give it a shot. The thing is that Quagmire's regeneration matters. Raucous could just get beat up, and then, yeah, if it doesn't die, but there's a lot of times where you send in a Quagmire, it gets the crap beat out of it, it walks away and then heals up. Raucous can't do that. It presents a different set of skills, but... I was about to say which challenge play happens, but, oh yeah, Sedimentary. 5 keys to 6. Roughly even board position, I would say. Bad guy diving to get the enemy Raucous. That's a lot of damage on that Crushmore. Baba Yaga! Alright, that even board position, no longer. Let's see how our hero follows up. Actually gonna walk away. The Bluelian. It will live. Sock Assin into a dimensional team? Lul? That's actually hilarious. Seems alright. This is a pick on the corn. It's a pick on the corn. Does that mean something's going to get pulled out of position when this... I don't even know that they can kill the Crushmore. Actually, they should be able to. Honestly, my bets would have been on Bad Guy at a better team. Well, yeah, Bad Guy was hemorrhaging Phobies throughout this. Unnecessarily so. Big ol' sock ass and poison going down. The burrow from the Bluelian, wreaking havoc, sniping the Crushmore. Admittedly, this Raucous is gonna eat. 612 poison. All you have to do is not die. Basically. Because you can kill the Raucous. And then run away, I guess. Because that there Bluelian is pretty darn tanky. Ooh, just running away now. Fair enough. I mean, like I said, this at 600 damage a turn, that's a lot. That is, in fact, a lot. Bad guy going in. 31-31 on the heart. Ooh. Blulian could end up dying just to dimensional damage. But, oh, by the way, it's a healer. Lol. Rock is hitting him with the Ninjago. Yeah, a little spinjitzu. Or what was it called in that show? It's been a long time since a Ninjago was a thing. Spinjitzu? Nice. Gotta remember. GG, Strahd in the nail biter. Even Blulian can't believe it. Look at that Blulian. I got the MVP? Yeah, buddy. You got that MVP. GG. Yeah, buddy. Back to the penny dropped. Yeah, we did your game earlier, just random. Sorry, I missed that. I did see that, Onda, yeah. So our hero here is DT, and DT considers this an amusing proof of concept while going all dimensionals for the event. All right, let's see. I'm curious what the proof of concept is. Fell asleep again? It's allowed. Don't worry, this will be up. Timeout. 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 Turn 2 glob. Think fast, chat. Your opponent slams glob on the table on turn 2. What do? You probably pause and use your entire timer because you're like, I'm sorry, what? Surrender? Honestly, so I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. Because to be honest, on its surface, I don't like this. Yeah, boop or yoink is the true answer. But, like, bad guy responds with a stabby. The problem with glob, in my opinion, aside from the boop and yoink issue, is in order, like, say there's a stabby here, right? Or even if it's back here where the contortio is, can't you just stay out of range of the glob? You know what I mean? And if the glob goes after you, you can either run away or it's so overextended that you'd blow it up anyway. Gargles! I mean, this might be a concession to just, like, dimensionals, but I actually kind of like the idea of glob and gargles, though. It's pain that glob's going to take so much reflect damage from stabby passive. True. True. Wait, does it actually work that way? Because, for example, like, if you're fired, the boss doesn't take the burn damage. It doesn't count as, like, environmental at that point, because it's an ability. Fair enough. Onda's confirming. In case anybody's curious, we're looking at a level 17 glob, so almost 3,700 health. Laughs in Dozer. This is dope. I love this. Got him. Got him. Chad, do you see what I see? What's about to happen? You see what I see? This might beat out The Bachelor as thumbnail if this happens. Is glob our thumbnail? Yes, we can. On to confirm, glob takes the reflect damage from stabby. $1,400 damage. This is just a dead unicorn. So glob hasn't quite gotten all that it needs yet, but down goes corn. Beating this up because, by the way, you do not block your own line of sight with the gargles. By the way, DT did not do what I thought they were going to do. I thought DT was going to block this off with with the crush more. Is Glob only really good when leveled up? Glob is more situationally useful. Like, it's not necessarily that it has to be over-leveled, although that does matter because you clearly need a lot of health. The thing is that it's only really valuable as a counter for certain things. Block was the original plan, but I had to deal with the Klepto. That's fair. Oh, by the way, I'm in range of your heart. Lol. So Gargles should crack this turn. Alistor! ET, you monster. Wait, what level is this Alistor? Oh, that's not a very high level Alistor. Really? Alistor's your lowest level Phobie? That's funny. Alright, so clearly Gargles eats it, right? Ooh, the honey bear! That's a terrible honey bear. Why did you do that? Are you panicking? What are you at? I love how he's not even completely rolled up. He's just straight up jumping. Oh my god. What the... Like, guys, he's not even bothering to roll up. 2180 on the heart. So bad guy probably did panic a little bit. Like, they felt they had to do this because otherwise they were going to be in trouble, right? Snipes the Klepto. Could you not have just gone aggro and gone for the heart? You might not have made it, so I guess it's fine. Bad guy, I think, accepting their fate at this stage. GG. GG. Well played. Well done, DT. That is actually pretty cool. Like I said, I don't really like the glob initially. I do like the combination with Gargles to section off the map kind of thing. So, like, I like that. I do like that. I do appreciate the usage of glob. Just in general. Just in general. But GG, well played. All right, we have an exceptionally short game here from Ondon. Coolrophobia. The notes here are just emojis, and to me it looks like wolf cookie, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be wolf moon, so werewolf, but I'm not sure. It's a wolf and a moon. It's yellow, so it looks like a cookie. Yeah, wolf gets a cookie. It's like that classic children's book when you give a wolf a cookie. That's definitely not the book. Yeah, you can keep submitting games. I just skip over them if we already did one of your games. So tonight, for example, we might do dupes of games just because there's time. What's a wolf cookie? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. It's in my Discord, Tapper. There's an entire channel that's devoted to it. All you got to do, there's a link to a Google form, and it asks you all the questions that I need to know, like who your opponent is, when was the game played, that sort of thing. So we do get the werewolf opener here. Well, sort of opener. I mean, it was turn 2, but this is a well, bad guy is on the turret, walk the turret plan. Our hero here clearly broke with tradition, although you could argue that the unicorn is on that. The positioning here from werewolf is interesting. It does immediately get on the heart, though. That's a lot of damage, chat. Triple panic point. Triple panic point advantage. Not for long, but triple panic point advantage. You're going to have stim equilibrium, but you have way more damage represented over here. Klepto is the response. I don't know about that one. Hey, Orzeus, what's good? Why not put the corn on the stem? I guess this works out to be more damage for this turn. That is a lot of damage. Like, just get wrecked, bad guy. You're not dislodging all this. However, you do end up with some French fries out of this. So bad guys starting their turn with 24... Well, they're Onda starting their turn with bad guy at 2,400 health. Werewolf powers down. 400 damage. What level is your werewolf? Oh, it's a level 17 werewolf. Fair enough. The droney! Got him! Onda, well played. That was actually cool, because it is a departure from what we typically see on this map. However, I will ask this question, and I will pose this question both to chat, as well as to the YouTube viewers. Was that line of play significantly different than if Onda just played Walk the Turret? And by that, I mean, clearly it's different. You use different phobies. However, is that meaningfully different because there was basically no interactions from either player, right? Like, bad guy walked their stuff along the bottom, Onda walked their stuff along the top, and yeah, the Klepto threw some eggs at people. That's about it. I don't like Coolrophobia. I think this map sucks. But definitely cool Onda. GG. Alright, we got somebody new. DeadlyPigeon rocking the Quagmire Avatar. Overall, just a fun game. A fun game on Opticon? Press X to doubt. We'll see. We shall see. Death by pigeons? Alright. Why does it have to be so complicated? It's not. It's on you if you can't figure it out. It's really not. We've had literally hundreds of people figure it out. So we get some fairly standard openers from our hero here. Bad guy choosing to get the early jar online. Okay, that's fair. I like Opticon, but I like slow campy maps, so that's probably why. I mean, I don't mind Opticon. I'm mostly trolling because a lot of people dislike this map. Of the 3 pillar maps, so this, Vile Vortis, and Big House, I think this is the worst one. Now, being the worst one doesn't make it bad. It just makes it, at least to me, not as good as the others. I really like Vile Vortis. Big part of it is I do very well on that map. I like the Big House. I just kind of have a soft spot for that map. I don't... Like, this map is fine. I don't really have anything against this map. Bad guy could get aggressive here, hypothetically. They could snipe the jar. That exposes their jar, though? So they do go for the jar. How are they going to protect their jar from this murder wing? 10, 11. So that you can't... Okay, they just swing the cowbell all the way around, lol. That does, in fact, keep it alive. I don't know if that trade was worth it. I don't know if that was worth it. So from here... Alright, well, the cowbell goes down. This allows for the jar to get through. Or the kill on the jar to go through. I think bad guy... What could you have protected it with instead? And do we just trade jars? That's all that happened? No, bad guy is actually down 2 more keys, so that's fair. You want to get Spud? Spud's pretty decent. It's not as universally valuable as I think a lot of people treat it, but it's definitely good. Quagmire supplements bad guys' forces. I don't like Gesundheit on this map. Urk, you're a Gesundheit enjoyer. What are your thoughts? How do I fill out the form on a phone? It's just a URL. It'll take you to, like, you just click on the link, and it'll take you there. It's just a Google form, so there's nothing special about it. It just keeps the data organized. That way I don't have to hunt through Discord to find things. Because we've got, like tonight, if it weren't for the patch, there were 30 games. Or 35 games, I think. How many were there? 35 games. So, like, I don't want to go hunting for 35 games. It's a lot easier to do it this way to keep things organized. Gesundheit seems fine. There's Quagmire there to protect. I'm not too worried about it protecting, though. Like, yes, you do have to protect it. It's clearly fragile, but, like... I don't know. I need to force myself to use Gesundheit more. I need to force myself to use Gesundheit more. We get the Sock Asin connection here. Our hero still has 17 keys left. Bad guy with 16. But it's a panic point advantage. It feels like a way better... Well, maybe not way better. But they do have a lobber, whereas bad guy does not. 2 lobbers, in fact. The early picks by our hero, I think, were definitely, like... I hate when I do... Like, I always end up pausing in between turns and it doesn't let you click on things. Why can't I click on this freaking vault? 8, 9, 10, 3, 5, 6, 7. Hero's definitely up, but Muffin is a valuable resource that just went away. Erratic, huh? I don't hate Erratic on this map. I do like Erratic. I do like Erratic. Little Spud action to finish this. The Clinico seems really unnecessary. Like, this Spud is dead. I guess the idea here is... Would this have died to the sheep? I didn't click on it fast enough. Maybe it would have died, but then you kill it. Like, you still come out ahead. I don't think the Clinico is necessary at all here. Erratic can be a shocking counter. So instead, sheep is going to get an explosion here. I guess they want to trade force the trade, yeah. Bad guy with their own Clinico? I don't know. This is, I guess, a key positive trade for bad guy, given what it connected with, but bad guy's already down, so you're hemorrhaging more board. Our hero has keys to burn, to, like, give away, because they have this lead. Both panic points and otherwise. This kind of just... as the notes indicate, it's just a solid, fun game, and that's kind of what it seems like, is that bad guy just made some errors. We actually get a counter sheep, but the sheep, at least on this side for the erratic, I've never really been a fan of sheep as a counter to erratic, but on this map, it can be difficult because it's bigger. You can possibly just position such that you connect the sheep and then recollapse on the erratic, as compared to the erratic being able to kill the sheep and then continue to leech life off everything else. Would it kill the Gesundheit? Well, it went down anyway. Foul coming out, final keys. Innocuous final keys. You know, this isn't unwinnable for bad guy, but it does require some weird stuff happening from our hero in order to actually make this materialize. Disease onto Klepto. We have the heal up, so, like, yeah, it's diseased. It will die eventually, but you can get a lot of value out of this between now. Oh my god, the erratic's just dead. There are a lot of head scratchers in this game. Yeah. Yeah, Foul is dead. Foul gives salmonella and dies. How ironic. Yeah, like, at this point, we're just watching the end. The actual collapse. Tapper, I'll square it away after this game. And then there was Clinico. Yeah, this just felt very bog standard where our hero just kind of dictated the flow of the entire game, and there wasn't really... I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying our hero, DeadlyPigeon, was, like, flawless throughout the game, but there was no point where I felt bad guy really was in the game at all. DeadlyPigeon was just dictating things. GG, well played. We are back with Urk. Urk is our hero. Chucking the chuck isn't the way. I think we have a spoiler as to what may happen. Place your bets, folks. Yeah, that's fair, Tapper. It happens. Unfortunately, like I was saying earlier tonight, it's just the patch does that. Patch will do it. 36 turn game on RCO. I was talking about this offline, chat. My current play on RCO, my current line, is Stabby into Evo 3.0. Not immediately, but like, what I've often had to do is Stabby into a bunch of 1 keys to like contest the board. Evo 3.0 into Bluelian. So a lot of people, they'll see the Evo and they go, all right, erratic, Ray Chargels, or something like that. The blue is, I've found, a decent counter to erratic because obviously if it gets powered down, it suddenly is way less valuable. And then the Bluelian obviously keeps things alive. And it's also another thick and chunky phobie. The lob from Evo and Stabby stabilization means that you can just pressure a lot of stuff. It puts your opponent in a very weird spot. But our hero here has elected to go with the ever classic Unbearable. I do love Unbearable on this map. It is a lot of fun. I have only 4 Ultra Rares and somehow 2 of them are 9 keys. I mean, they're pretty good. Which 2 do you have? Is it Chuck and Smother Mother or Evo and Chuck or what? I guess Evo and Smother Mother, those are all the combinations, right? Did I say all of them? Forgot which ones I said already. Mother and Chuck? Nice. Nice. I do feel, I mean, aside from obviously Akira, but that's a stress level thing. I do feel that Evo is the best of the 3. I do feel Evo is the best of the 3. Arguably, Smother Mother is the weakest, but I don't think any of them are bad by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, all the 9 keys are solid. All the 9 keys are solid. Like, you can just dominate people through sheer power level with any of them. So, bad guy is somewhat playing with fire here because you just... I think you just lose the jar, right? And then you can't stay there to fight anything because Chuck will just annihilate your team? Am I wrong? Imagine Smother Mother and Motherload versus Chuck. That would be an epic battle, those 3. To be honest, I don't think that battle would last very long. Smother Mother and Motherload would just shred Chuck into very fine paste. All right, bad guy, understandably, just gets the hell out of dodge. Panic point advantage, bad guy. So our hero with the remaining 6 keys does need to find a way to contest the rest of the board, despite the fact that bad guy has 11. Granted, they can zone people out with Chuck for a while and just poke like this. That Chuck didn't one-shot the jar. 531. Whoop. Couldn't do it. Not quite big enough. Chuck is just a little guy. Don't let the 9 keys fool you. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy. Chuck! Eight versus 7. Lol. So now our hero's back in the advantage. They have more keys than the other guy. Our hero has more keys than bad guys. So that means bad guy must commit into our hero's forces. Among them, Chuck. That's not really a position you want to be in. That's not a thing you want to do. So here's a question. Phobies animation. You know how, like, if they get hit from behind, they'll turn to face where they're getting hit? If Chuck gets hit, does his giant arm switch to the other side? So, like, our heroes, Chuck, the big arm is the left arm, bad guys is the right arm. If they get hit from behind, will it swap? I'm very curious. It does swap. That's actually hilarious. We get a Ted. Okay. I mean, I get it. But now, notably, our hero has maxed out on Phobies, so they can't simply get the 1 key staged. However, Doom Doom in battle is super cool. Doom Doom looks really cool. Doom Doom has some of the coolest visuals in the game. He's just not a very good phobie. It's unfortunately not very good. Honestly, if you had a global... He reminds me of an owl. That's probably because he's supposed to be an owl. Honestly, I wonder if Doom Doom would be fair if its trap reveal was global. Would that be too good, chat? What do you think? If Doom Doom had a global trap reveal, would that be too good? I don't know what bad guy's plan is here. What's my rank? Right now, Sum of All Fears 1. I'm, like, knocking on the door of Sum of All Fears 2. Just because I didn't get to play most of this season. Unicorn being surrounded by undead. I don't know. The undead don't eat corn, so maybe Unicorn feels safe. But yeah, I usually push Sum of All Fears 3. I don't play enough. Like, I don't play enough games to get there usually in a season because we spend time doing stuff like this with viewer games. And also, I end up throwing a lot of games on stream. We get a blue! You're in Doomsday 3 and terrified? Nah, don't be scared. Just get good. It's easier said than done, obviously. Our hero here, still with 3 keys. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what bad guy's plan is. I legitimately don't know how they get out of this. I mean, everything can hit Chuck this turn. Presumably Corn is dead, but I don't know. Corn is dead. Chuck is at 2170. That might not be enough damage. In fact, that's probably not enough damage. Yeah. Creep. I don't know if I like the unbearable positioning. But I guess it's fine, because you could have put unbearable where the creep is and just have the creep here, and then the creep can still reach this center, and then you're not taking damage. And Chuck covers these two, so, like, I don't know. Yeah, Twitch is bad with the ads, unfortunately. It's also not notifying me anymore when the ads are coming up. It was doing that for like 2 weeks, and then they decided, nope, we're not going to tell you. Down goes Murder Wing, as do any hope. Any hope for bad guy? Blue does at least get a decent connection, but Creep has already done its job, so it just gets unbearable. Ah! 50 health on the Chuck. Calculated. And with the demise of Chuck, I believe that is the official demise of bad guys' hopes and dreams. I was going to say hit with the Chuck first to make sure you get maximum heal, but you needed the extra hit from the Murder Wing anyway. So that probably means that a couple turns ago you wouldn't have been able to kill the Chuck if they advanced. GG. Ball game. Urk. Well done. Well done. All right, shorter game, but bigger map. We're coming back to Mexicana 187. You want a race? Ah! All right, let's see what we got. They threw away their Chuck quite literally. True. True. Bad guy with a really bizarre opener. One key to get to 7. I don't know what 7 they want. Pterodactyl, maybe? I actually like Pterodactyl personally a lot on this map, just because you can fly, similar to what we're seeing with Murder Wing here. You can get the Pterodactyl into position right away. I don't know if it's Chasing Wind or Chasing Wind, but either way, thank you for the follow. I can't kill those 1 keys? That is a cool 1,000 health cowbell. For the record, it's the camel case on the name, which is why I wasn't sure whether it was Chasing Wind or not. I didn't know if it was intentionally capitalized in a way to like emphasize the syllables. Yeah, 1K health cowbell. Hoploy, we're coming. Hoploy, we coming. Noxious. Boom, baby. That's some big stuff. It's the power of the best card in Phobies. The credit card. Like, in all seriousness, somebody actually asked a question about that on the Reddit. They're like, well, how did somebody get this stuff? And I'm like, there's just literally no way for you to get to certain levels in the game right now without having spent money. Like, mathematically, there's no way. Even if you maxed out all the rewards every day and did all the events and all the stuff, you just can't. Impossible. Now, bad guy invading here. Gonna snipe this Murder Wing. And this is many flyers, so this Hevo is less threatening with the boops. Four to 1 panic point advantage, but we do get a juiced boop. Not enough to kill the Henrietta. Oh my god. The brutality, chat. The lava does finish off the spider, though. I don't know if you know this, but lava is a natural predator of arachnids. You learned that here first, chat. Believe it or not. But arachnids are highly allergic to lava. There's your idiot fact of the day. Ouch down. Speaking of lava, as Ando would put it, a little global warming gaming. 10 keys for bad guy ready to go. Panic points did flip, but clearly not for long. Bad guy would not have killed the Hevo, but like you could have, if you were only going to hit once with the fire ant, you could have made room for the ray to go here. And there's really no... Well, I guess the Ray would have died to an invade. Because, like, you could gonzo something, I guess. I don't know. But we do have Akira. You'll love to see it, but only if it's on your side. Wait, does that mean the Fire Ant is sort of a spider? It's on fire? How Fire Ant... Well, Fire Ant would be an insect, not an arachnid. So they are, you know, like, they're both bugs, but... not quite the same. It was far? No, wait, I don't know what that was in response to, Bader. I'm also only joking around, W's. Like, just making a stupid joke. Yeah. Akira doing Akira things. Oh, I thought Ray was here. So, like, it could have gone here in order to hit the Hevo when it was here a few turns ago, if that's what you were asking about. I could have been wrong about where it was positioned. I thought it was on Screaming Rock here. Panic point advantage flips to bad guy. How do you counter Akira? You don't. So, in all seriousness, like, I'm partially joking, partially being serious. The real answer is you can use a few different things. One, make it so that their pull is not effective. So you death ball, which means you group up your entire team, and you have high HP units. So, like, even if it's so far as to go like Alligator and Quagmire. The reason is when they then pull everything in, they are less likely to actually put a serious hurt on your team. Then you can retaliate, wipe them out. The other option is Boomer and Raucous. They can't be pulled, pushed, or teleported. Therefore, you could prevent a like really terrible pull from happening. You could similarly use something like Smiley. So if they pull it in, it's like, all right, now I get to disease your team or whatever. But for the most part, Akira just kind of dominates you depending on the map. What is... Hold on. I was busy talking. I gotta see this turn. Bad guy invades. Like, what is going on here? I saw Gonzo at the last second, and then stuff was about to happen, and I'm like, what is happening? Get the yoink. Oh, Gonzo, stim. Actually, it didn't go on that. Boop. This was a good play. This was a solid play. The quick snipe there. 10 keys. And Morty. So here's the thing. Akira is now on, like, a 7,000-year hiatus because of the cooldown. And Bad Guy says, the hell with this. I'm going for the throat. Thank you, Akira, pretty much. Morty's coming for the heart. Well, Panic Point advantage is in hero or Bad Guy's favor, rather. 79-18. I don't think our hero can heart race here. Bad Guy has every advantage in their favor right now. This is some weird repositioning. Like, if you're gonna race, why not... I mean, just eat the lava damage, right? Wait, what? I wanted to check the heart. 39. Oh, bad guy has to win this turn? Yeah, the Thunder Rocks is kind of silly. Yeah, win the heart race. That's how you can beat levels. The heart, like, you could be level 1 billion, but that heart's only gonna have so much health. I was kind of assuming that bad guy just, like, alright, their stuff is so high level that they're gonna have comparable damage output, but they don't. I don't know why they didn't just put the Thunder Rocks onto the stim. There are a few different things that I don't understand why they did it, Orzeus. That heart won't be 1 billion HP like your money. Ah, got him. Told you, the best card in Phobies. The best card in Phobies, the credit card. You gotta savor these kind of victories. Like, this is it's... We've all zoned into those games where it's like, how do I actually win this when they outlevel me by 7 trillion levels? But it can be done. Mexicano's watching you. Look at this. He's watching you. I saw what you did. GG. Well played. Alright, chat. We're back with another prototype game, this time on Phobopolis. Let me tell you something once. Only one thing. That was a hard game. Alright, let's see what we got. See what we got. We did get a few dupes in tonight, because of course, as mentioned a few times already, the patch broke a lot of things. A lot of replays, so we're going to see how we go. Same poor guy last night. Wait, did we look at this game already? No, we did not. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't remember turn 1 Alistor. Did I forget turn 1 Alistor? Because I feel like I would remember turn 1 Alistor. Turn 1 Alistor is, that's a thing. I guess that is a play you can make. Of all the plays in the world, this was one of them. This is risky. I think this might be a dead murder wing. Because they could just come in with the Alistor and probably snipe it with Jar. Depending on what their Jar level is. Any of the other flyers that could get there would also obviously croak, but like... Yeah, I think they have it. No, they don't! Wonder what level their Jar is. Little meatballage. Alright, I don't understand, chat. Like, what? Why is there a meatball for Murder Wing? I don't get it. Like, what is that referencing? Is that a reference? What is this? What is this supposed to be? Oh, I'm getting tired, chat. We only have one more game on the docket, so I might just do that one so we can start it clean for next week. And then maybe we'll knock off early for the night, because I'm very tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. I would remember a flying skull turning into a meatball in underwear if I ever saw it. True. Yeah, this is a blunder. Bad guy just offering up the Alistor for its second and true death, I guess. Wait, is the legend that Alistor is supposed to be? Like, there's a actual legend about whatever this spirit is. Is it someone that died and comes back and haunts, or is it like this is just an otherworldly supernatural spirit? I think it's referencing Spicy Meatball in the movie The Mask. I mean, that's reasonable. I don't think there was a flying skull in that let alone one that appears to be populated by a Goomba. With exceptionally... Is this timeout? So if you watch the animation for Murder Wing, you can kind of see it at the top here, but sometimes it'll, like, lean back. And when it does, you can see the bottom. And it kind of looks like a Goomba wearing, like, a skull hat, right? Is this what Goomba legs look like when they don't have shoes on? I know he has wings and he can fly, but, like, my man, you got to go to the gym and do some leg exercises. That's pathetic. Down goes Sheep. I don't know what bad guy's doing here. I'm getting too caught up in all these other idiot things as part of this. I don't understand what the hell bad guy is doing. They're just, like, they threw away the Alistor. They just threw away the Sheep. Like, I don't know about anyone else. I've played a lot of Phobies. I've watched a lot of Phobies, but there's always more to learn, right? However, the last time I checked, 10 is bigger than 0. And you don't want it to be that you lost 10 keys. Oh, okay, it's 10 to 2. This is like a golf scenario. The lower number is generally better. Oh my god, a Temptress? Really? I'm sure. Got him. 11 keys available for our hero. 11 keys remaining for bad guy. Now it's 10 to 11, but there's a Hematic Gin Sting on the board, so sure. Smiley can smooch that egg boy. That's a hell of a way to put it on it. Also, by the way, Hydra into Temptress, because sure, why not? This definitely feels like bad guys. I mean, first of all, they, again, hate their Phobies. But this definitely feels like these are the guys I have, so I'm using them. Enemy brought out Ray without any mechs. Yeah, it feels like, hey, I have these Phobies, so I'm using them. Sort of thing like this is my collection. Which is fine. We looked at some of Prototype, or one of Prototype's games earlier. We know these are lower level games. Lower stress level we're talking about. So, of course, probably less experience. And I think the evidence kind of backs up that hypothesis, right? We all started somewhere. So, while it's funny to laugh at, oh my god, why did bad guy do this? You don't want to, like... I said this earlier, I think, with the Prototype game. I don't want to beat up on the other player when they make mistakes, because it always does suck. Like, if somebody makes an awesome play, by definition, somebody had to get, you know, clobbered by that awesome play. So it's better to celebrate the good play than shit on the person that maybe made a mistake. You know what I mean? Raucous. We saw a lot of Raucous tonight. Not a lot of twerking out of Raucous. Well, actually, we did on that Biffsarum game. That Biffsarum game had a lot of Raucous spin action. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Bad guy electing to not kill the Crushmore, instead hellbent on killing this cassowary to let the Hydra through. Okay. As always, these are plays you can, in fact, make. Closing the gate right in Erratic's face. Hero with 6 keys remain. Like, this game is over, right? Like, I could lose a game from this position. I think I've done that on stream on many occasions, but this, like this feels difficult to lose. You kind of got to go out of your way. Speaking of sheep. And disrespecting the erratic, just slams the door in their face. I don't want any! Slams the door shut. This has just been like, it's almost textbook, just taking them apart. Is it, I wonder how much is it them, our hero taking bad guy apart, and how much is it bad guy just, like, flinging the game into the stratosphere and hoping that space claims it? I don't want it! Just heaves it 37,000 miles into free fall in open space. Well, I guess it wouldn't be free fall, but into open space. Let the vacuum take it. Erratic is now working as a 1 key? How so? Taking points here and there? Fair enough. The sheep probably lives, right? Yeah, the sheep lives. This is insane. Sheep lives. Bad guy, however, I don't like their chances. Really, no sheep explosion? Why no sheep explosion? Also, for the record, there are very, very few Phobies names, like actual Phobie names or ability names or things like that, that aren't awesome. Some are definitely way better than others, but Pew on sheep, absolutely one of the ones that leaves much to be desired. Sheep explosion would have been way better. What was the one that somebody came up with last night? Oh yeah, Bumfartment. That would have been way better. It definitely feels like a missed opportunity on sheep. What do you think, chat? You don't even kill the Raucous. Wow. Its ability name for the sheep variant that flies? I mean, yes, they could be saving it for that. Got him. GG. Well done. Urk with another marathon. This time on Vile Vortis. A patient game. 38 turns? You don't say. You don't say. They even gave the two Gin Stings different tapping animations. True. Some of them do have the same animation, so anybody on YouTube that doesn't understand, we're talking about the quantity and the level of effort that goes into Phobies, because we've been getting it. They could have given us a lot of recolors, reskins with the Phobies. We already have a precedent for that. The Dronies, the Hevos, the Gin Stings, the Cats, the whatevers. But the Phobies team has been creating net new stuff for each of the patches. Some are reuses of existing assets, but not all. You don't like the recolors? I don't mind them. I don't mind them. I want a Fire Snakey game. I have yet to see a Fire Snakey. I mean, we watched a game to get it into my collection, but I haven't seen Fire Snakey. Whatever the hell it's called. Both players being fairly standard here. Fairly standard. We were talking about this map earlier tonight in the context of Opticon. I like this map a lot. I think that there's a lot of things that are valuable with it. I know people tend to dislike healing spas, and these can be problematic. Sizzle. You're right. I know healing spas can be problematic. These ones are not great as far as positioning goes, because it is rather trivial to just go, oh, my guy's hurt, I'll pull him back. It's relatively safe, and I don't need to expend any effort to, like, pull them way out of the fight to go heal and come back. It could be done a little better, but I think there are a few different things that are good for this map, aside from the pillar setup similar to Opticon and the Big House. One, I love the panic point at the bottom, which makes it that you do have to go out of your way to claim. You can simultaneously get it easily. Droney, Moly Bully, Tiny Tim, other flyers, whatever. But you also, if you don't have access to those, or because you ran out of keys, or you just don't have them, or whatever, you have to pull something out of the fight for potentially a while if everything's taking place up here. There's Heart Rush options, because we've watched and I've played a bunch of games where it comes down to going and punching their heart. The healing spas also, they are still healing spas. Your opponent can still invade given certain things. Then, of course, as mentioned before, the pillars open up a lot of possibilities if you get a terraformer on the board. That being said, I imagine this map, as well as the others in the family, we'll call it, are probably nightmarish for anybody without a ton of lobbers. My favorite animation is Grimes and Alistor and Rocket Man. Those are some pretty good ones. Those are some pretty... Fire Snakey, I assume the avatar suggestion would be Fire Snakey. That would be pretty cool. I like the smoke effect under Grimes and the kill animation. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I always say it, but the Phobies team has done a great job art direction wise, and it's way easier to point out, oh, here's a handful of shortcomings. I don't even know if it's a handful. It might be less than that. And like everything else is spectacular. Like, I love everything about Sheeping Gas. The big issue is, I don't like, the name of the ability is kind of, that's lackluster. But everything else about Sheeping Gas is hilarious. So speaking of Sheeping Gas, it's on the board. It's the answer to Chuck here. I don't know if that's really going to work. I would love to see Urk put a Terraformer on the board, but we're going with Quagmire. Bad guy has 13 keys ready and primed. We'll see what we get here. Brony! Is this a good Brony map? Don't get me wrong, if you're the Brony player, you can absolutely push your opponent into some very weird scenarios because there aren't really a lot of great places to hide, despite the fact that there are pillars. Because it will wrap around things due to the 3 range, as long as you're not, you know, like directly obstructed. I do like the Graylien response here. Urk, well known for Graylien plays. We'll see how it comes into play here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bad guy has 11 keys and 1 spot open. They're going to go with Cowbell. So our hero here is down on panic points. They have to claim something, and that Brony is going to pose an issue. Scrungle, what are you talking about? I think the ability name for Sheeping Gas should be Prepare for the Farts. I think that one's a little too obvious. You need a stronger wordplay for it. Four to 1 panic point advantage. Now our hero's in a little bit of trouble. However, that Brony is like on the other end of creation. Graylien really not in danger here. It is fairly tanky. Bad guy could collapse on it, but the burrow's going to allow it to escape as long as it doesn't just die. See, to be honest, the sheep ability, if it wasn't for the... Like, if it had a different animation, it could have been named Silent but Deadly. Which would have been really funny. Panic point advantage goes in favor of our hero. That Brony has been tucked into that upper corner for several turns now. And just not doing anything. Bad guy has been bullied. What if they added a new attacking type? What do you mean? Like, what do you have in mind? Just make an ultra-rare sheeping gas that does disease and call it silent but deadly. That could work. That could work. It feels like something with the ability silent but deadly has to be invisible. Like, that also could work for a, like, if it... I'm trying to picture how could you have a poison or disease phobia that turns invisible. That would probably be pretty ridiculous, but maybe it would be fine. I don't know. That guy has just no interest in exposing this brony because they know what's going to happen with the Graylien. But at the same time, if you don't do it, you've effectively taken it out of the game anyway. That's the thing, is that Phobies is way more of a tempo game than people realize. What do I mean by that? The game is played, or the game is centered around the time it takes you to do a thing. And if you don't seize the windows of when you can do certain things, it's just, like, you just lose kind of thing. Like, you need to kill this thing in the time that your opponent gives you, or you end up losing because you are incapable of then getting it later. You get Alien versus Predator if we have time, Scrungle. New attacking type. I want Pierce. You see Cyclops when hitting something. It looks like the effect is also reaching a phobia behind the target. Pierce will activate when the phobies make a line. Deals 50% damage. So isn't that just Beauty, Puff, and Blasto? Brony got melted? Absolutely. Now, Brony traded for the Graylien, but it's an even key exchange. Panic points were in favor of our hero for a while. Keys are in favor of our hero, although they do need to reclaim the panic points and off the boom at the bottom. Although our hero may be punishing bad guy here. Down goes Evo. Good pick. Good pick. Yeah, I don't want to touch that one, Scrungle. New mech damage unit, 3 range. Well, we have a number of those. I don't want to see any more 3 rangers or 3 movers. Literally ever. I don't think we need more. Well, line attack ability reaches all the way to the back, but Pierce only hits 2 max phobies. That's fair. Oh, and it's a normal attack? Alright. A little bit of differentiation there. Chuck, helping pick apart the team. Honestly, bad guy's not in a terrible position here. Motherload. Big panic point. Swap here. What is bad guy going to go for? They can probably get the boom to connect. Like, the Hevo probably dies here, right? I don't think anything else will. So then it's Chuck, Motherload, Quagmire versus their team. What about 4 movers? Now we're going in the wrong direction. Mechanical damage units are lacking? I would disagree. I think, like, Innocuous by itself. The thing is that you don't need, like... So there is a trade-off just by virtue of being mechanical. They tend to have higher health, a little bit lower damage. Well, maybe not all across the board. You could say, like, the Hevos are like that. But the fact that, say, the Hevo family, the Innocuous family already exist, adding any other, like, damage-based mech phobies isn't necessarily going to displace those. So, for example, if you added a 3-range mech unit, what is it doing different that Innocuous, Attractor, and Repeller don't already do? Oh, you're saying electrical units. I think the existing electrical units just need to get buffed. I think a lot of them need to be able to one-shot specific other phobies. All of a sudden, bad guy has nothing left, by the way. I know we weren't doing a great job of calling this one, but Urk is putting on a showcase with just picking them apart. And of course, we get the Urk Classic with the Greyland. Several turns ago, but still. Most electrical units are too specialized against mechs. I actually think it would be better if their specialization was increased. So, for example, I don't think Ray Chargels should get a plain damage buff. I think you buff its electrical damage so that it can one-shot a tractor, for example. Something like that. Maybe that isn't the specific thing that has to happen, but like I would rather see that than see Ray Chargels get plus 100 plain damage. We need more direct counters. I think there are already plenty. I think it's just a matter of people don't have access to them. We were talking about this the other day, but I think there is an issue with Phobies probably being designed around the idea of everybody having access to everything. And if you don't, it changes like how the game works. Down goes bad guy. Well played, Urk. Well played. GG. Amatic Instinct shouldn't exist. I think it just needs to get a little nerf. I think Amatic could stand for a nerf. We need more silly guys and goofy fellows. We do have a fair number. They do keep adding them. Like Scrungle. Have you seen this guy? Have you seen Blue? Blue is hilarious. Blue is quickly moving up the charts. Blue definitely qualifies as silly guy / goofy fellow. So does Bloat. So does Bloat. Bloat absolutely qualifies as goofy. / silly. Definitely. But chat, that is officially all of the games in the spreadsheet. All of them. All of them. When am I opening more packs? I'm not sure. I might wait until the next expansion. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, right now, and again, don't hold me to it, the game plan is to try and get Fright Night going mid-September. Another 2-day event. Let me know whether people want to see Swiss or Double a Limb. We'll play it by ear. If people prefer one or the other heavily, then we'll go with that. I'm interested in potentially trying Double a Limb because it would make my life easier, because then it's just go look at the bracket. You're waiting on this match. Once they're done, go play. Like, I don't have to sit there and kick off the rounds and time them and all that stuff. So, we'll see. We shall see. But chat, that is going to do it for tonight. We'll be back for variety tomorrow, probably playing some card games. We'll see how it goes. I need to go cool off. I'm roasting. That's what happens in the summer. So for now, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.